Shut the door. Shut the door, please. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Guess what today is? Our brand new segment called Money Talk. Let's get real about money. I'm going to wait a couple minutes because I know this is new. Every single Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, every Thursday, 9 a.m., we're going to talk all things money, all things you deserving the life that you want, you creating the financial independence that you seek. We're going to get real about money talk. We're going to talk about abundance and overflow and your deserve level and you should have and you can have every single thing that you want. So if you're here live, tell me that you're live. I'm so pumped about this segment every Thursday. Every single Thursday, Money Talk. This is where I want to help you. My mission is to help you be financially independent, financially solvent, financially sovereign, so that you never have to rely on another human being, just you. And sometimes that's a little scary, right? We're like, oh my God, we're so responsible for ourselves. And yet it's truly the most liberating thing ever. Every single week, I'm going to be inviting someone to pop on live with me so that I can help coach you through what's going on in your head, whether it's your life or your business or money or your story around relationships with money. Like, what is it? So I want to give you an experience of being coached live. So if you're here, drop in the comments like, Mary, pick me. I want to go live. Here's the thing. You don't have to even turn your camera on. So if you want, you can be anonymous. Right? Just don't say your husband's name or something like that. So I know this is new, and I know for some people, it can be a little daunting, right? A little daunting to go on camera. So every week, we're going to do this, and eventually we're going to have people just like, whoa, signed up. I'm going to bring on some clients another time so that you can see what they've experienced and see what it's like for me to actually coach them as well. So let's talk today about getting real about, are you truly financially independent? See, that's the conversation today. Are you truly financially independent? What does it mean? This is what it means to me. This means that you, as a grown-ass adult woman, you're not waiting for somebody to save you, hoping that your husband gets a raise, buying lottery tickets, hoping for somebody to die. Like, none of that lack and limited and less than vibe. We want to elevate into overflow and abundance and ability and recognize that you have the power to create stability in your life financially. See, it's ironic. This is what I find sometimes, and I'm wondering if you find the humor in this, right? Because sometimes we just have to we have to have a little bit of humor here. It's like the universe is so vast. What you think about, you bring about. So if you're focused on lack and limitation and I want to get out of debt or those kind of things, that's your focus. You're going to create more of that. But clients of mine who have learned the skill and the art of focusing on, of course, there's a million clients. Of course, there's more than enough people that can help your business expand and grow. When you focus on that and you believe that, like, I am so solid 1,000%. And if you're here, I'd love it if you just drop in the comments, just, hi, I'm watching from wherever you're watching from. I'd love to see where you are watching from. And if you're watching the replay, can you just put replay? Can you just put replay? Because today I want you to have a big aha. So it's like what you focus on expands. And look, I remember the days where, like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't know that I've ever even said this on air ever, but there was a time that I stole food from my mom's freezer when I knew she wasn't home. I'd moved out before I graduated high school, and I mean, talk about, pennies, looking for pennies, taking food, stealing food from your parents' freezer when they're not home. the shift I had to make to get to where I am today, I want to teach you that. I want to teach you how to have a stronger mindset around money, about wealth, about deserving, about abundance, about allowing yourself to create and to receive. Can I get an amen? How is this resonating? Can you give me some hearts? If you're on your phone, can you just give me a couple hearts or a couple like little comments? I'd love to see that because I can see you watching. So that bridge of work in my head to get to where I am today, owning a couple properties, having 7 figures, like all the things. That was like a journey, you guys. It wasn't just like it happens. You have to invest in yourself to do and then do the work. So let me ask you a couple of questions around money and around what you define as financially independent. So what does that look like for you? So for some people, like they're making financial independence like some Uber wealth, right? Like, like Amazon wealth. Do you realize that there's like, I think it's like the statistic is every 7 minutes, there's a new millionaire in the United States? Every 7 minutes. If that's possible for other people, why not possible for you? That's what I ask myself. Right? When I was stealing food out of my mom's freezer, digging for pennies, eating ramen noodles, I was like, I'm pretty smart. I probably, I can do this. So financial independence to me, again, means this is how you define it. So this is some of the work that I do with clients. So just so you know, I'm sharing a lot of the behind the scenes. Hi, Victoria. It's so good to see you. I know you love this kind of work. Victoria's a client of mine and she's having massive breakthroughs around her own, like, boom. Victoria, if you want to come on camera and let me coach you, I would love that in a minute. So if you want to, just say yes. Financial independence. Sorry, I was getting back to it. What does this mean? So here's how I want you to start thinking about things so that you can plan, feel confident, don't overspend. That's a whole nother conversation. Like, can you keep money? There's plenty of clients that I have that make lots of money, 7 figures, and they can't keep it because their story is, I'm not good with money. I can't keep it. That's another conversation. It's going to be juicy. But today, when we think about financial independence, this is the logic. I want you to remove the emotion around money. And I want you to get into numbers and logic and embrace numbers. Numbers are money, y'all. So I want you to think about, there's benchmarks. The first one is, what do you need to, like, how much cash in your hand, net, how much in your hand do you need to actually pay all your bills? And I don't mean like your massage every week in your home. I mean, if whatever happens, like paying your mortgage, paying your insurance, paying groceries, like those are really the right? Paying for your shelter, paying for your food, paying for health insurance, car insurance, life insurance, etc. I can give you the link. Let me give you the let me see if I can share that link with you. Oh, here it is. I'm going to give you the link. And anybody else, you're welcome to. I'm going to put this link in the chat, you guys. And there you go. So I just pasted it in the chat. That's StreamYard. You just click on it and boom, it's in there. Okay. So the very first number you want to think about. Now, this is you. This is like your lifestyle. Okay. So if this is the bare bones, what's that number? Let's just play with numbers. Let's say your number is $5,000. Like you have to have $5,000 cash coming in because your mortgage is $2,000. Your, between whatever, health insurance, car, all of that. Okay. So that's great. So now everything that you need to do is to make sure that you clear $5,000. You personally, not your spouse, not your lover, not your mother, no, you. What do you need to do to clear whatever that number is that pays your bills, like, and the basement bills, right? Now I want you to think about, what are you really spending? Like, what are you really spending that is enjoyable life? Not like some weird addictive, you overshop. Like I said, that's another conversation on Money Real Talk, right? What does that look like? So that means, like, but now think about your cable, you have the best food, you go out, you quarterly, maybe you spend $1,000 every quarter or $2,000 every quarter on new clothes. Maybe you go on a trip once or twice a year that's like $3,000 or $4,000 per trip. What does all of that look like? Like, where you're feeling like life is good. It's not like you're not buying the, all the most expensive stuff. You don't have a couple homes yet, but you're like, life is good, and you're feeling solid, and you're feeling like you feel like you've got some discretionary income to buy what you want to buy. Discretionary income could be like Botox or getting your roots touched up. I mean, that's almost like a necessity, but let's just say discretionary income, where if you go to, Nordstrom's or wherever you're, or Neiman or whatever, that if there's something that you've been thinking about, you're going to buy it. In my house, one of the things that is our kind of like bench line. Now, of course, I buy some things. I'm not a big collector of stuff, right? But the philosophy, hi, Jamie. Oh, you can't see that link? Let me see if I'm going to post it again. Who else can see that link? I posted it in the comments. So I'd love to be able to pull all of you on that want to. I see that it's posting. Let me go over to Facebook really quick, guys. I'm going to go and post this on my personal page really quick so that you can see this link. So my point here is, what's your discretionary income? So in my house, one of the things I've always taught my daughter, River, who's 14 years old, is we have to, like, in order to really buy something, it's got to say, buy me. Oh, there I am. Okay. I'm going to post, I'm actually putting the link in on my personal page, and I'll go over to our Facebook group. So if you're not in my Facebook group, by the way, this is for bold businesswomen and entrepreneurs. Okay, there, I see your name, Jamie. So I'm pasting it in our Facebook group. All right, I'm back on StreamYard now. I'm on my cell, maybe that's a problem. No, I just went ahead and I pasted it if you're watching from our Facebook group. Okay, so anyhow, back to level 2, right? So you've got your basement level. These are the core things, like you have to pay these bills, period. Next is discretionary fun money, right? Like it's not just buying everything, and then the next level I will really want you to think about is like all the stuff that you think you can never buy. All the stuff that you think, great Jamie, that you can never buy. I want you to know these 3 numbers. These 3 numbers are the ladder, the financial stepping stones to financial independence. If you're not real with, oh, hi, Vicky. Yay, Vicky. If you're not real, I'll pull you on in just a minute, Vicky. If you're not real with your numbers at your baseline, like got to pay these bills, it will become hard for you because you can't see the like unlimited potential, because you're in denial about your baseline. And then the good life, right? Like I said, you're going to Hawaii or whatever trip, right? You're going to Spain, you're going to Greece, like wherever you live in the world that you're watching, which is the cool vacation destination for you that's relatively inexpensive and close or what have you. I'm going to bring you on. Hi. Good
Hello.
morning. Oh, yes, it's not morning. What time is it where you are?
Afternoon, 5:15.
5:15. Yeah, it's 9.
Yeah.
So thank you for jumping on to be able to be coached live. So today, as I said, we're talking money, but really these hot seats, this is available to be able to, because I know when we, so just so that you all know, Vicky's in one of my programs. And so we do a lot of coaching. And just share real quick, Vicky, what is one big aha that you've had since we've been working together?
I mean, there's been loads. I think the last time we spoke, we talked a lot about getting clear on what my offer is to to clients, potential clients, and that was really, really helpful because it just helped me to kind of, and I've been thinking more about that since, and really helped me to become clearer around that. So that was really good. Yeah.
Because Vicky had like 2 ideal clients. And when you have that, you guys, what happens is it's impossible to make a decision on what your offer is, how you're going to market, how you're going to show up, because if it's too different. Okay. Tell me one thing you'd love for my help today and getting some coaching on.
I literally saw you were live. So I was just like, oh, Mary's live. I'm going to jump on, see what she's up to, see what she's saying. So I don't know. I haven't come with a clear plan. You were talking about finances, and I guess that is something that I've been looking at. I've done a bit of the bit that you talk about is working out what do you need to live. I suppose what I haven't got to is what would I like to have. That's the bit I haven't really kind of worked out, is what would make me feel comfortable and happy but would be within the realms of what I could actually achieve. So I guess that's
stop right there. Yeah. So you all notice what she said. So she already limited herself by saying what within the realm of what she thinks she can achieve. Yeah. So what does that say to you, Vicky, as far as, I mean, so let me reflect back to you. You said, you've started doing the work, but you've not looked at like the big potential because you haven't even looked at the realm of what's possible. What do you think your mind is really telling you?
It probably is still telling me that I don't know if it's possible yet. That there's a limit to what I can achieve with this. And there's a little part of my mind that goes, yeah, but that's you just limiting yourself. But still the bigger part is still talking about the limit. Yeah.
Yes. And so let's talk about, like, because some of your assignments, right, have been, like you said, looking at these layers, like the basement, got to have that, next level.
Yeah.
And so why do you think you haven't done those assignments? Like really looked at your numbers?
I probably because financial stuff, I think, again, you've talked about this before, Mary, but financial stuff kind of probably scares me is a strong way to talk about it. I don't know if it scares me, but it definitely makes me feel a bit anxious. So I guess I probably steer away from it slightly.
Great. Yeah. So tell me what comes up for you when, let's just say you, like our topic today, right? And all the topics are always this still, right? About you being financially independent and not relying on another human being but yourself. And when I say that to you, what comes up for you? Like, you can't rely on anyone, no one, you, it's all you.
I don't have a massive problem with that because largely I've done that in the past, but I guess the part that's difficult is I've done that, but it's always been it's a sort of struggle to make sure there's always, enough to pay the bills here and there, and then something happens with the car. So I feel I can be and have been independent, but it's not, it doesn't lead to any abundance as yet.
Yes. Let's talk about then the anxiety around that, right? So when you look at your numbers and you're like, this is what I need to live. This is like padded, which we all need that because like we all have a damn car that breaks down. Like literally that just happened to me too the other day. It was $831. And I was just like, I have $831. I just didn't plan on spending $831 on that particular thing. You know what I mean? So when you look at the numbers, what do you assign, and why do you think there's anxiety around being solid and knowledgeable around your money?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe because, well, I mean, I've done a bit and I know what my standard bills come to. I guess it's knowing that at the moment, maybe the anxiety is really knowing at the moment that, I'm pushing things to the limit. I've got, I'm sort of, been doing various things and I've kind of pushed those things to the limit with working on the house, all those sorts of things. So I guess it's maybe just, I don't know.
Well, let's think about what you just said. I like you just said, I'm pushing them to the limit, like working on the house. So if you're doing things on your home, is that choice?
Is it a choice?
Yes.
Yes. Well, no, it needs to be done. I guess
Why?
depends where you look at choice.
What are you
Yeah.
working on that needs to be done?
Major refurbishments and stuff, updating.
What does that mean, a major refurb? Like you need all new plumbing, all new electrical?
It's new, some
New
stuff
roof?
like that.
New roof?
Not a new roof, no. Thanks, not yet. At some point, yeah, probably.
But I want you to
Yeah.
get clear on what you just said. Okay, so you
Yeah.
said a major refurbishment.
Yeah.
And I just gave you like the bare bones have to in most homes, right? Like if your
Yeah.
plumbing's bad, your electrical's bad, or you're like it's termite or a roof, like that's a necessity, right? Otherwise
Yeah.
your house is gonna fall apart. But a
Yeah.
major redo, that's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So are you like I want you to think about that. Are you redoing the home because it's pleasurable? Like, are you redoing your kitchen or whatever because it's, needs to be updated because it's 1973?
Yeah, that would be the whole house is probably about
I
1970.
want you to get really clear because
Yeah.
I want you to understand the choices, right? So
Mm.
sometimes we say things like you just said,
Yeah.
Vicky, thank you for being so candid about that. You're like, I got to redo the house because it's totally need to be refurbished. And it's like, I'm pushing it to the limit, redoing it. And it's like, you've chosen to do that.
Yeah.
And by saying the words about like it's all what you just said, you've like it's almost like you're offloading responsibility instead of what I've decided to redo my house.
Yeah.
I've decided to invest in my home because why are you doing that? Tell me why.
Because it's nice to live in a nice home that I enjoy living in.
So let everybody pay attention to what she said. This is so good. Don't you deserve to live in a beautiful home?
Yeah.
But you minimized it by saying, I'm pushing it to the limit. The house is I have to refurbish it. Instead of, you know what, I've decided this is financial independence. I've made the decision to invest in my home because I deserve to live in a beautiful place. And when I do, it feels good.
Yeah.
I love living in a beautiful home. When I'm in a beautiful environment, it feels expansive and I feel more creative. I feel like I have abundance when I live in a beautiful home. What do you think would be the shift? Even me speaking that, how does it energetically feel in your body to think about saying instead of like, oh, I got to push it to the limit and I have to read it, instead saying, wow, I am choosing to live in a beautiful home that I'm going to enjoy for years. And when I come home at the end of the day or as I'm building my business, it's going to be wonderful to be able to be in this energy, this space. How's that different? How would that be different for you?
It's a lot different. Yeah, a lot different because
how is it different?
Because it feels fine then to be kind of putting the money into that place rather than sometimes thinking do I need to kind of save that or should I actually be doing this? So it feels easier to make the choice of what I'm doing and realize that it's a choice and it's going to have a good end point.
Exactly. And so what if you allowed yourself to look at all of your money situation that way?
Okay.
Like you've chosen to eat certain food. You've chosen to drive the car. You've chosen to work with me, right? So what would be the pivot for you if you started allowing yourself to recognize, one, I'm making these conscious choices because I want the return. I want the outcome. Right? And what about this? Most women never think about this as far as your environment makes such a huge impact in how we show up. Coming home to a ratty house or to chaos or mess or whatever, that's an energetic drain.
Yeah.
How do you feel if you came home and that's what's going on? How does that make you feel like getting started working on your business?
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't, does it? Yeah.
No.
No.
Right? It doesn't.
Yeah.
So the difference, part of being truly financially independent is recognizing that you are making these choices and then taking full responsibility. because the thought that you had is like, I have to, the house is refurbished, da, 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 da. That isn't serving you.
Mm.
So if we think about it, that like our thoughts create our emotions, create our behavior, right? That thought, how does that thought that I have to, what does that come up? What emotion comes up for you then?
You feel that you're under a pressure of something that you're not really choosing yourself to do. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you think today, like what aha, now like let's pull the thread on this just a little bit more now when you're thinking about what could be a new thought that you could take away today when you choose to sit down and look at your finances? Right before you said, I don't want to look at the numbers, it really makes me anxious. What can I help you? Let's create a thought that it creates an emotion of commitment or inspiration or awareness or dedication so that you can choose to be that woman who sits down and knows her numbers and acknowledges that she's choosing to look at them. What could be a new thought for you?
I think it would be similar to that. I would be saying I'm making the choice to sit down and look at this because actually knowing what I want to achieve and what I need to achieve that is actually going to be really helpful for me in the long run. It's going to guide me in the direction that I need to go.
Right. So it
Yeah.
wouldn't be something, and I always find when women finally do this, they're always like, oh, so let's play the numbers back again, what I said on the top of the call. And I don't know your numbers, so I'm just randomly saying numbers. Let's just say you have to have, quote, quote, cash in your hand to pay your basic bills, $5,000. And it cost, but let's say what you're doing now with a house and all that, the extras and having nice food, and it costs $10,000 cash in your hand. Now you have a target. So now when you're building your business and we're talking about creating your programs and your packages and your offers, now we can reverse engineer your offers. So if you had concrete numbers that you could shoot for, had a target, what do you think the difference is having a concrete target going, oh, I need 10 grand to come in a month. So that means I need to sell with taxes and everything about $13,000 a month. What if you signed up 6 people in a $2,000 program and you did that every 2 months? That's 6 people in a group program, like a 90-day group program. There's your money right there. Does that seem attainable, like 6 people?
Certainly sounds like it should be.
Right. Once you get the mechanism, the machine of the business built.
Yeah.
Or it could be one $10,000 client or 2 $5,000 clients or whatever, 3 $5,000 clients, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to encourage you and everyone else who's watching to do the exercise of what's the bare bones that you need, what's the, the fun stuff, the vacation, the remodel, whatever, how much is that costing per month? And then when you have those, then you can have the sky's the limit. Because once you start hitting your baseline number inside your business, you're like, I can do this, be steady Eddie. Now let's increase it and then do that some more. Once you guys, this is the thing that I think everybody needs to get. Once you've proven to yourself that you can actually be consistently paying your own bills and then some, then you have the awareness like, oh my God, I can do this because I've been doing it. Now the fun becomes, then it can become a game. How much more money can I make? How many more clients can I have fun with? So I'm going to task you that really sitting down and doing that. I'm going to task you to do that. And I would love for you to put back in this post, wherever it is. I mean, I'll put this for those of you who are watching inside the Facebook group. This post will go inside the guides area. So for those of you who are new to the Facebook group, inside there's a guides area with different types of training. I'm going to ask Vicky to get back to us and let us know what has shifted for her today. So right off the bat, what do you think how's your emotional state now compared to when we started talking earlier?
Hopeful.
Yeah.
That's the description. Yeah. I think I was shifting because I've already looked at obviously some of your materials before. I was shifting that direction, but I think if you don't kind of take it forward, then you easily lose track of just the need to get on and do it.
Yes.
So,
and it's,
yeah.
you guys, I want you all to know, like, this stuff I'm talking about is not just that I'm just like, this is literally what I do. So just to be transparent behind the scenes of my own business, I have I look at my numbers like almost every single day. So yesterday was a $19,100 day. Everybody take that in. A $19,100 single day. How would that change your life? Now, granted, I've been working on my business for a while, y'all, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. What would be different in your life if you had a $5,000 day? This is what we're going to be teaching in this upcoming workshop, a $10,000 day. This is possible. But you know why? It's because I'm rigorous on looking at my numbers. I know how much it costs to pay all my bills, like baseline. I know how much it costs to like have all the fun stuff and vacation or whatever. I know how much it costs to run my business. And that gives me, like, I want to almost say comfort, you guys, right? Because Vicky was saying it can create some anxiety. But being truly and financially dependent and knowing my numbers gives me comfort because I recognize I'm in control of things. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm not in control, that's when I feel anxious. So can you see, Vicky, that using and getting the 3, 1 is your baseline, 2 is like the good fun stuff. And then what I want you to do is like, before we end, and we're going to end real quick here in a second, pick one wild, crazy thing.
Okay.
You just busted through your limiting beliefs, right, about abundance and what you're capable of. Let's just say you're truly capable of doing, like, going anywhere in the world, all first class, 5-star hotel, buying the clothes just for the vacation, bringing whomever you want. Like, where would you go?
Probably to New York, as I live in the UK. Yeah. Not been there yet.
And I've been to New York City several times, of course. And well, because I'm also from the East Coast. I live in Oregon, which is the West Coast. But so you would go to a Broadway show.
Yeah.
You'd have a car service come pick you up at a 5-star, one of the 5-star hotels. And they'd come out, the doorman would open the car, you would get in, you would go off to dinner, the car would circle back when it was time to take you to the show. You could rent a car for a week or a couple days just to tote you around to Fifth Avenue to do some shopping. And you've put aside a couple $1,000s just to shop on Fifth Avenue. Maybe you have your best girlfriend with you and you two are just laughing your heads off, right? And you're having, that hot cocoa at Serendipity and all the things. I'm going to encourage you to map out and do a little research on how much that vacation will cost.
Okay.
Because you need to know, right? Like, how much would it cost? Staying at, one of a beautiful home or a beautiful, whether you rent a VRBO, which is always nice to do, or you stay somewhere overlooking Central Park. Map that out so that you have a target. Oh my God, this is a $10,000 vacation. Oh, I'm going to open up a separate bank account. And every time I sign a new client, I'm going to put 25% of that into that bank account. Oh my God. Can you see how it can happen? Now, granted, everybody, she's still in the beginning stages of her business. So some of this is like, what? But this is the trajectory of what's possible for you. Okay, so I want you to make sure that you get back to me and let me know how much that trip's going to cost.
Okay.
And have fun with that.
Right.
And then I want you to be in that every morning, that thought of, I can create what I want. I'm choosing to spend what I want. Oh, and that emotion of like, that feels hopeful and comforting, because through that, you're going to do the action, the behavior, the actions to create what you want to create. Sound good? How was this? Was this a good aha today for you?
Yeah. It always is. Yeah.
Good. It was good seeing you. Thanks for jumping.
All right.
And everybody
Thank
else, remember, every Thursday, this is a brand new, every Thursday, what we're going to be doing is money talk and hot seats and all things available to you in abundance. Bye, Vicki. Thank you. Bye,
Yeah. Bye,
everybody.
Mary. Bye.